This is explosive, people. We all know that from 2015 to 2024, Trudeau has been embroiled in scandal after scandal. But what was revealed today puts all of that to shame. Every scandal before this pales in consideration because it reveals that there is a traitor in the high echelons of the Liberal Party. Welcome to my channel, everyone. Before we get started, I'd like to encourage all y'all to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn that bell notification on so you never miss another video. This is truly unbelievable. Member of Parliament Michael Cooper, who represents Edmonton St. Albert, released a video today that revealed a high-level Liberal official leaked classified information of the CSIS investigation into electoral interference. We're going to talk about what that means at the end of this video, so you're going to want to stick around for that. But right now, let's take a look at that video.
Which top Liberal broke the law by leaking classified information? That's the question. Here's what we know. It was confirmed at the public inquiry on foreign interference that during the 2019 election, 3 top Liberals who reported to Justin Trudeau received a classified CSIS briefing that Beijing interfered in the Liberal nomination to help Han Dong win the nomination. One of those 3 Liberals then informed Jeremy Broadhurst, a top advisor to Justin Trudeau, about the contents of that briefing. Broadhurst did have the appropriate security clearance to receive that information. Broadhurst then informed Justin Trudeau. And what did Justin Trudeau do with that information? He allowed that candidate to stand as a Liberal, to get elected to the House of Commons, a candidate who Beijing thought would advance its interests in Ottawa. As bad as that is, it gets worse. The Globe and Mail has recently reported that that classified information was leaked, and that as a consequence, Han Dong was tipped off that he was being monitored by CSIS. Someone in Justin Trudeau's inner circle leaked that classified information. We know that only 5 top Liberals, including Justin Trudeau himself, were either briefed directly or were informed about the contents of that classified briefing. Whoever the leaker is compromised CSIS's sources and methods and undermined an ongoing intelligence operation into Beijing's interference. And they shamefully put the partisan interests of Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party ahead of Canada's national security. And whoever the leaker is committed serious criminal offenses, violating multiple sections of the Security of Information Act, indictable offenses punishable by up to 14 years behind bars. In the face of this serious national security leak, I've written to the Commissioner of the RCMP to launch a criminal investigation. I've also put forward a motion at the Procedure and House Affairs Committee. That is the committee that is tasked with investigating foreign interference, to conduct hearings to get to the bottom of who is responsible for this criminal national security leak. Who in Justin Trudeau's inner circle is responsible for this? The Procedure and House Affairs Committee, which is controlled by the Liberals and NDP, has been meeting behind closed doors, so I can't get into what happened at committee. All I can say is that no hearings are scheduled. Given that we're dealing with an NDP Liberal cover-up coalition, you be the judge for why that is. There are 4 questions that Justin Trudeau simply doesn't want to answer. 1, which top Liberal, who in his inner circle, leaked this classified information? 2, who tipped off Han Dong that he was being monitored by CSIS? 3, when did Justin Trudeau first learn of this criminal leak? And 4, when Justin Trudeau did learn of this criminal leak, did he report it to the RCMP or did he cover it up? These are questions that Canadians deserve answers to, and that Conservatives are going to press ahead to try to get those answers. This latest Justin Trudeau scandal is part of a pattern of corruption and cover-up on the part of Justin Trudeau and his government, and it's more evidence that Justin Trudeau cannot be trusted to protect Canada's national security in the face of Beijing's interference.
Hang Dong was the preferred candidate for the Communist Party of China, the Chinese Communist Party. They wanted to install him as a puppet, as somebody who would vote their way, be sympathetic to their causes. Were they successful? We don't know. We'll probably never know. But he did get elected. And Han Dong was informed of that investigation when only 5 people knew of it. Trudeau and 4 other members of the Liberal Party. This gets really interesting when you consider other statements made by Trudeau. First, he admires China's basic dictatorship.
The level of admiration I actually have for China, because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime and say, we need to go green as fast as we need to start investing in solar.
Second, he admits to having a conversation with Chinese leader Xi Jinping, essentially informing him of our investigation into the Chinese interference. He asked Xi Jinping to kindly stop interfering in the Canadian electoral process. What for? What did he do that for? What did he think that would accomplish? Did he think that Xi Jinping would say, "Oh, sure, Mr. Trudeau, we'll stop doing that. You're the only puppet we really need"?
I know Xi Jinping at the opening ceremonies, I mentioned to him that I needed China to stop interfering in Canadian democratic processes, because that was very much something that people were very concerned about that back home at that particular moment.
And third, he is on record as admitting that he doesn't even read the briefing reports prepared by his security service.
Let's move on to a topic which is contained in your interview summary and your testimony. It has to do with the way that you receive information, intelligence information. Now, in your interview and previous testimony, it was said that the written documents were not necessarily a reflection of the information you received. And in fact, it's the verbal briefings that make up the main part of your briefings. Can you explain that to us? And can you generally explain to us the way you receive the information you need? Despite the fact that I receive written information, weekly summaries or briefs on intelligence, the only sure way to make me aware of a priority issue is not simply to give me a note, which I may or may not read. The only way to guarantee, to make sure that I receive the necessary information, is to give me an in-person briefing or over a secure line if necessary.
This is incredible. We have a prime minister whose tenure in office has been riddled with controversy and scandal. He's given a highly classified security briefing, and the information he receives is leaked to the subject of that investigation. And if that isn't bad enough, he's on record as dismissing the information he receives in his security briefings as being unreliable because he doesn't think they could withstand the scrutiny of a court of law, so they don't prove anything beyond a reasonable doubt. That's not the purpose of his security briefings. And for a prime minister who doesn't believe in the reliability of those briefings, how secure do you think he keeps those briefings? So I ask you, who do you think is the source of this leak? Could it be the guy who admires China's basic dictatorship? Could it be the guy who told Xi Jinping essentially that we are conducting an investigation, that we know he's interfering in our electoral process? Could it be the guy who doesn't read his security briefing reports and doesn't even think they're reliable? It's shocking. Trudeau's Liberals have run the most corrupt government in Canadian history. Not only are they ruining our economy, but they are a threat to our national security. They are putting our democracy at risk, our political system at risk. And I would say it shows where their true loyalties lie. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what your opinion is in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to smash that like button, share this with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn that notification bell on. And we'll see you in the next video.